this is Dawn from the Secret Wine Society. It's our job to bring you anything strange, wonderful, and amazing from the world of wine. So we have Mackenzie today from American Northwest Distributor. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Dawn. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too. So I see that we have a white wine. What are we drinking today?
Yes, I brought a white wine from one of my favorite producers of all time, Nicolas Joly.
So, Nicolas Joly, is it
Yes.
the producer?
It is the producer, and he is from a small appellation in the Loire Valley called Savennières.
What is Savennières?
So Savennières is a small appellation about midway through the Loire Valley.
Okay.
It's in a special place where the Loire River turns south, and all vineyards are, or the better vineyards are planted on the north side, or at this point the left side of the river. So all the vineyards are facing east, so they get perfect exposure to the sun.
So what kind of grape is it?
So the grape in Savennières that they grow is Chenin Blanc, and Savennières and Vouvray are home to the best examples of Chenin Blanc in the world.
So if I hear Nicolas Joly, I should just associate it with Chenin Blanc?
Correct, yes.
Okay. And what is so special about this bottle?
So what's special about this bottle is this is Nicolas Joly. He is by far the best producer in Savennières. He has been a leader in the biodynamic wine movement since the 80s, so from the very, very beginning. He's truly been a pioneer and led the path for many vignerons to follow in his footsteps.
So biodynamic, can you explain a little more how they do that?
Sure, yeah, so a lot of people have heard of organic viticulture or organic farming, and that's basically not using any herbicides, fungicides, or pesticides in the vineyard. Biodynamic goes basically a step above organic viticulture. It's basically a really, really old school way of farming, 1,000, 2,000-year-old way of farming, where they're using livestock and nature around them to bring things to the vineyard, organic matter to the vineyard, without having to go out and purchase anything. So it's a very low impact way of farming that doesn't impact the surrounding environments whatsoever.
Okay. So let's check out the label.
So this is one of his entry-level bottlings. This wine,
there's a seahorse.
There's a seahorse, yes, absolutely. And this wine goes amazing with seafood. It comes from a really steep schist vineyard that has a lot of minerality and a lot of savoriness to it. So this wine pairs really well with seafood. And if you see the seahorse on the label, you know it's Nicolas Joly. This is his emblem here. And if you see that label, you know whoever bought you this bottle of wine really loves you.
Oh, you must like us, so you bring us this special bottle.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So 2017 is the vintage.
Yeah, this is his
name.
His currently released vintage. It just came out and it's already all gone. It's completely sold out. You can't find it anywhere else. The only place you can find it here in Oregon, down here, is going to be here at Secret Wine Society or up in Portland. It's very, it's very, very, very hard to come by. Very, very small. It's about 13 acres total of vineyards.
Whoa.
So to have any in Oregon is very special, and they have basically the most of it. So if you want some, you got to come here to get it.
Well, you got to be my best friend, okay? Well, let's check out the color.
I'm really excited. If you haven't had a bottle of Nicolas Joly before, you really have to. It's really something very special.
Man, look at the color.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Nicolas Joly also is known for very low impact techniques in the cellar. So he's not going to add any SO2, sulfur dioxide. He's going to use native yeast from the vineyard, and it's a very, very old school way of making wine.
So even just look at the color, it's like quite, I don't know, it have some weight in there.
Yes, it ages what's called sur-lie.
Okay.
Which is, it ages with the dead yeast that was used to vinify the wine. And they do what's called bâtonnage, where they take basically a stick, they stir around the lees, and that makes this beautiful, amazing, what you were talking about, richness and mouthfeel to this wine.
Can this wine be on the shelf for ages and ages?
Yes, so Chenin Blanc is a wine that ages very well. So yeah, you could lay this down in your cellar and open it up years down the line, and it's going to get better. And also, if you're going to drink this bottle now, I highly recommend decanting it for about 30 to 45 minutes. It's just going to open up some of those flavors that are trapped inside. But can you smell it from here? We haven't even smelled it yet. You can already smell it.
And man, the smell, the nose of it is amazing.
Yes, it's very amazing.
It's pretty nose. It's very rich.
Very, very rich.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's amazing, like this one type of grape, and it can bring out so much like smell, like.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this has everything you want in a white wine. It's going to have lots of acid, so much minerality on the nose. It's so complex, but everything is so well integrated and so linear that it's like a symphony. Should we try it? Can we try it? Wow.
It's dry, but it almost like feel like sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like from the fruit? Like, is it like from the fruit that makes you feel like it's like sweet in some way?
Yeah, the fruit gets very ripe. The vineyards are very, very steep, and they're all southeast facing.
Okay.
So in the late summer, what happens? The sun is very low in the sky. And because you have a steep vineyard and the sun is low in the sky, the sun is able to actually hit the grapes, which makes the grapes very ripe. But at the same time, because it's in such a cool area in the Loire Valley, those cool nights help retain the acidity of this wine, so you get really, really intense fruit matched with really, really fresh acidity.
You can still taste it.
Right.
It's like a very long finish.
Yes.
Yeah. Yum. So what kind of food can I mean, it's drinking great by itself. What kind of food?
Yeah, I think this would go really well with a roast chicken with maybe an applesauce. This would also go very well with all types of seafood. That minerality and that savoriness that this wine brings is going to pair amazing with shellfish and any type of grilled fish. Even fattier fishes, there's so much acid in this wine that it's going to cut through that richness of like a salmon or some sort of fatty tuna.
So if people never had Chenin Blanc before, what kind of other wine can you compare this with? Can you describe it that is close to a little bit?
So Chenin Blanc is kind of it's in its own unique space. It's very, very floral. It's similar to other varietals, maybe like Altesse. It's similar to Sauvignon Blanc and Picpoul. However, it's a little bit less grassy and like less green notes than you get from those examples or those varietals. Excuse me, But if you haven't tried Chenin Blanc, you have to try it at some point. It's one of my favorite varietals, and if you're going to try Chenin Blanc one day, you have to try the best from Nicolas Joly.
I'm going to try one more time. Thank you.
My pleasure. Cheers. Man, there's so much fruit on this nose. You get apples, you get pears, you get some almost like a star fruit and tropical fruit nose in there as well, and lots of flowers. A big bouquet of honeysuckle and other white flowers.
Yeah, and then in the mouthfeel is very round and rich and like very smooth, and the acid is high, but it's not like sharp or I don't know. It doesn't make you feel like I need something else to go with it. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah. I hope you like what we are doing, and if you like what we are doing, please come check out our shop, which is at the Oakland, Oregon. And if you like it, just like the button, follow us, and check out our Instagram or Facebook. And thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.
Cheers.